Hello everyone, welcome to my class. Myself Janisha from St. Joseph Composite PU College, Vijaypur. In the last episode, we have discussed about the human capital and economic growth. And we came to know about that, the importance of education and health in the economic growth. Today, in this episode, we are going to deal with human capital and human development. As you know that human capital, so which requires education and health, right? So that human capital considers education and health as a means to increase labor productivity. So the main increasing the labor productivity, that is with the help of education and health. Human development is based on the idea that education and health are integral, means education and health are together, so to human well-being, because means for the human well-being, education and health, that togetherly important integral part, because only when people have the ability to read and write, means a person, if he should possess, a person he should able to read and write and the ability to lead a long and healthy life, then they will be able to make other choices which they value. That means if a person is able to read and write, means educated, and also if he is able to lead a long healthy life, then only he can achieve what he desired. Yes, so that we can say that education and health are togetherly integral part of every human being. Human welfare should be increased through investment in education and health, even if such investments do not result in higher labor productivity. See, human welfare can be possible or human welfare can be increased, that is by making the investment on education and health. Therefore, basic education and basic health are important in themselves and irrespective of their contribution to labor productivity. So that at least basic education and basic health care, so that is very important to every human being because to his welfare. In such a view, every individual has a right to get basic education and basic health care. That is, every individual has a right to literate and lead a healthy life. So that we can say that basic education and basic health care, that is very essential to every individual. And also every individual has a right, that is to literate and lead a healthy life. Students, then let me see what is the state of human capital formation in India. What is the condition of human capital formation in India? Human capital formation is the outcome of investment in education and health, on the job training, migration and information. Of these, education and health are very important sources of human capital formation. The Constitution of India mentions the functions to be carried out by each level of government. So, in order to improve the education and health, so the government also carried out their own functions. Accordingly, expenditures on both education and health are to be carried out simultaneously by all the three tiers of the government. So that all the three tiers of government, so they will take responsibility of expenditure on both the education and health simultaneously. Then let me see what are the contributions, that is in the field of education and health sector. In India, the ministries of education at the union and state level, and also Department of Education and organizations like NCRT, means National Council of Educational Research and Training, and also UGC, means University Grants Commission, and All India Council of Technical Education, is AICTE. So which facilitate institutions which come under the education sector. So these institutions all comes under the education sector, and each and every institutions will provide the what? A proper education to the people. Similarly, the ministries of health at the union and state level, Department of Health and various organizations like National Medical Commission and Indian Council for Medical Research ICMR, and which also facilitate institutions and which come under the health sector. So both the education and health sector, so which will helps the people to attain their what? A proper asset. So this is what the major contribution in the field of education and health sector. In a developing country like India, with a large section of a population, they are living below the poverty line, and many people cannot afford to access basic education and healthcare facilities. So more number of people, they are belongs to what? Below poverty line, and they cannot afford a large amount of money for education or health sector. Moreover, a substantial section of India's population cannot afford to reach super speciality or multi-speciality hospitals because to take the health care and also for higher education. So more number of poor people living in India, so that section of people, they cannot afford more amount of money to what? Education and also for health sector. So in this way, the government will facilitate what? Education and health department by providing the free compulsory education and also what? Primary health care centers. So this is what the state of human capital formation in India. Okay students, we'll continue further more concepts in the next episode. So in this episode's exercise questions, question number 1, expand ICMR. Question number 2, expand UGC. Question number 3, expand NCRT. Question number 4, why did poor people cannot afford for specialty health care and for higher education? So these are the questions you need to answer and submit on time. Thank you so much. We'll meet in the next episode.